A Chelsea star will miss the next season because of injury, Man United have signed the former Sir Alex Ferguson footballer, and Saudi Arabia controversially targets yet another Liverpool player. Hi, this is the latest Premier League news brought to you by TRIBUNA. Liverpool fans may be happy to see Fabinho and Henderson go to Saudi Arabia, but they will not be happy to see a new player linked to a similar transfer. Reliable Paul Joyce has confirmed Al Hilal's interest in Luis Diaz. The Saudi Arabia's historically biggest club is ready to pay 50 million euros, which is, frankly speaking, not very generous. Liverpool paid about the same amount for the Colombian in the first place. The reaction is very clear: not for sale, and definitely not for this money. Why so much interest in Liverpool players from Saudi Arabia? Who knows, but not every supporter is happy with it. Some of them want the club to stop dealing with Saudi Arabia because who knows which player is next. Tottenham started the Ange Postecoglou era with a pre-season defeat to West Ham, but curiously, Spurs fans should be happy with this, and they are. Despite the loss, Spurs were the much better side. More shots, more possession, more passes, and better accuracy. Lo Celso and Guardiola helped Spurs equalize after Mubama and Ings gave the Hammers the lead, but then Scamacca scored the winning goal. A London derby in Australia ends in a 3-2 victory for West Ham. Newcastle bet Glasgow Rangers 2-1 thanks to goals from Almiron and Ashby. Tonali made his debut and took part in Newcastle's opening goal with a pre-assist.
Up with Anderson, Almiron is free. On his left, Miguel Almiron.
One player who didn't play the game was Saint-Maximin. He's most likely to go to Al Ahly in Saudi Arabia for £30 million. Curiously, it was a pizza delivery guy who broke the news about Saint-Maximin's exit, as everybody, including Fabrizio Romano, picked it up after him. Arsenal have been linked to one more exciting summer transfer. According to Daily Mail, the Gunners want to spend £40 million on Mohammed Kudus from Ajax. Last season, the 22-year-old scored 18 and assisted 7 in all competitions. He can play as an attacking midfielder, right winger and centre-forward. In this regard, he may be similar to Bernardo Silva, a comparison some Arsenal fans will enjoy. After spending £200 million on transfers, Arsenal can now only sign Mikel Arteta's 14-year-old son Gabriel, who joined the club for pre-season. He was even handed a full Arsenal kit with his initials emblazoned on the red top. Want to play in the Carabao Cup maybe? The problem is that Arsenal have to sell first. Sporting director Edu will turn his attention to selling the likes of Pepe, Tavares, Holding and possibly Partey and Tierney. In the meantime, the Gunners will have to hope nobody hijacks Kudus, as Brighton are also interested. Ryan Giggs found out the verdict to his case. The Man United legend was accused of controlling and coercive behavior by his ex-girlfriend and could face up to 5 years in prison. But during the latest hearing, Giggs was cleared of all charges. You may not like Ryan Giggs, but his accuser Kate Gravel admitted to staging multiple photos of the alleged abuse. During the trial, Giggs admitted to being unfaithful, but said he never assaulted the woman. Edwin van der Sar has shared some fantastic news. He's no longer in intensive care after suffering brain hemorrhage. He remains in hospital, but hopes to be back home next week. The former Man United goalkeeper suffered brain hemorrhage while on holiday in Croatia. He was rushed to hospital by helicopter where he was taken care of. Thankfully, he's much better now. Joao Felix seems to suffer a crisis of identity. He's not wanted by Diego Simeone at Atletico, and he didn't impress Chelsea enough when he was on loan last season. Now, a third club has come into the equation. Felix said, "I'd love to play for Barcelona. Barca has always been my first choice and I'd love to join them. It's always been my dream since I was a kid." This is just so wild and screams desperation. But not to Barca fans, who actually want the club to sign the Portuguese. Maybe they should watch some Chelsea games from last season. Man United once again have a Sir Alex Ferguson player in the squad. His name is Jonny Evans, and he signed a short-term contract with the club after impressing Erik ten Hag in training. Short-term means really short-term. He will only play in United's pre-season games against Lyon and Wrexham United. The fans are happy to see a former player in this unusual role, and of course Harry Maguire jokes write themselves. Evans played almost 200 games for the club before departing in 2015. He won the Champions League and 3 Premier League titles at Old Trafford. One Man United player who, unlike Jonny Evans, signed a long-term deal is Marcus Rashford. The 25-year-old has extended his stay until 2028. "I joined Man United as a 7-year-old boy with a dream," says Rashford. "The same passion, pride, and determination to succeed still drives me every time I have the honor of wearing the shirt." According to different sources, Rashford's new wages are in the region of £300,000 a week. Possibly a bit more, but Jadon Sancho most likely remains the highest paid Man United footballer with £350,000 weekly. After giving contracts to Jonny Evans and Marcus Rashford, Man United will sell a player. Alex Telles is joining Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia. The Red Devils will receive £4 million. It's at least some money for an unwanted player, but it's still some £10 million less than what United paid 3 years ago. The next season is yet to begin, but Chelsea may have lost one footballer for the entirety of it. It has been confirmed that Wesley Fofana has ruptured his ACL and may be out for up to 10 months. Not like nobody told Chelsea about Fofana's injuries last summer. You don't have to be a doctor to be suspicious of a footballer with so many knee injuries at his age. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Blues will now explore the market for centre-backs. The right option may be Harry Maguire, who is extremely disappointed after losing the captaincy at Man United. But many Chelsea fans believe the right option is already in the squad. They would like Ethan Ampadu to be given a chance after all the years he spent on loan. In more positive news for the Blues, Reece James is joining Chelsea's squad for pre-season in the United States. He didn't fly with the team as a precaution, but has announced his arrival on social media. If you have enjoyed this episode, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also visit our website TRIBUNA.com. There we cover every major Premier League story and leave no stone unturned in our quest to bring you the ultimate football experience.